Hi guys, Richard Retro back. Okay, yeah. So here's my new breakups video, and there's quite a lot of stuff, quite a lot of stories, tales. Yeah. So basically, at the weekend, I went to Playexpo. I drove from Cornwall to Manchester, and it was for a 2-day event. Drove on the Friday, came back Sunday night, had work Monday, Tuesday, and today's Wednesday. So the only time I had today off to sort of get stuff out the car and do a video. So yeah, pretty epic weekend. Pretty epic weekend. So first of all, thanks to all the subscribers. I picked up loads since the event. I must have spoken to loads of people, and it was brilliant. Honestly, brilliant. Yeah. So shall I just start from the beginning, and then might as well start from the beginning. Okay, so I got up about, must have been 8 or 9 o'clock. I drove to Plymouth, that's like the local big city, and I needed like an AUX cable, which is basically an iPod cable or headphones cable, coming out my stereo. It's got one of those annoying built-in things, and so I had to pay for that to be done because I don't want to drive. It takes 4 or 5 hours, or thought it would take 4 or 5 hours to go from where I live up to Manchester. So I needed some good tunes, listen to the Retro Silent podcast, and and all those guys. And yeah, so I left the car. I think it must have been for about an hour and a half. So I went sort of like charity shop, tried to find some games, trade some stuff into CEX, and basically just did a little hour and a half retro hunting. So charity shops, there was nothing. I don't think there was. No, there was one thing. Yeah. The first charity shop I actually went to, I picked up this booty. Benetton. The box is pretty destroyed. It said $5.99 on the box. Even I pick up a bargain. I got a charity shop, and I said, "Oh, obviously, it didn't come with the RF cable, but clearly when I opened the battery cover, it did. The box was a bit bad, so I said, I'll give you £4 only because I just had that in my pocket. So yeah, I said, I'll give you £4 for it. First of all, I said, have you tested it? They're like, we haven't tested it. I go, I'll give you £4. I'll take a chance. And the lady in the shop took that. So I got this for £4. Box is a bit battered, as you can see. But that is one I'm actually missing from my collection. I got 3 or 4 of them. And I probably need to put this somewhere. I've got 3 or 4 of them. And that's the one that's like a bit different to the others. I went to CEX to trade in a PS2. Because I pick up loads of... I always pick up PS2s all the time. Just locally, or my friends just give me some. Half the time they don't even I don't even bother even putting my videos because everyone's seen a PS2 for fun. I basically traded it in. They were like, they go, come back in an hour's time. For some reason it takes them an hour to test everything. My local CEX, they seem to be really slow. Went back. It actually failed the test because the console, there's little like rubber feet underneath, and there was one little rubber foot missing. So yeah, I'm like, what? So it failed just because of that. They're like, we can't take it in. So I took it to Game Station, or no, not Game Station, Game, and they beat them by £1. So I got some good training money, and I picked up, what did I actually pick up? I picked up like a PS4 game. It's a PS4 game which I know one of my friends actually wanted, so I was able to get it a bit cheaper, trade it in, and I just sold it to him, really. In the end I got about £25 cash, so which is really good, because I was quite surprised. I always forget, like CEX, they give really good trade-ins on PS2s, and I think I picked this one up for like a £5, so only like £20. It got rejected at CEX, and then took it to Game, and they normally beat them by £1. So yeah, so I was happy with that. My friends gave me some money for this PS4 game, so really happy with that. Next, we walked around the charity shops again, and there was just one game, I think. My games are everywhere. Okay, I think it was this one. I know there's a few games, not quite charity. Yeah, this was definitely a charity shop. So about 10 charity shops later, I picked up Crash Bandicoot 2, and that was £1.50. So really happy with that one. I also had a PlayStation 1, which everywhere, they wouldn't do any trade-ins anywhere, basically. No one, obviously, in the local area. All the little CEX and stuff, they don't do trade-ins of PS1s. My local retro game shop in the market, she's got shitloads of them, so I didn't even bother asking her. But I did actually walk past one of those buy, sell, and want shops, want cash, whatever it's called, or the cash for gold, those ones. And when I was walking back to the car, because my car was ready, I thought, oh, I had it in my bag. I thought, oh, let's go in here, let's have a look, because it was one that was different. I haven't actually been in before. Looked in there. They had 2 Mega Drive games. I got the PS1 out of my bag, and I said, oh, I've got this. Going to trade it for these 2 games, and it was NBA Action 95. And it was also another Mega Drive game, but I actually sold that at Playexpo to some random guy. I can't even remember what the game was. But yeah, he goes, how much do you want for it? And I'm like, oh, 10 quid I want for it, mate. And he goes, I'll go 10 quid trade in. So I picked up 2 Mega Drive games. It was definitely this one, NBA Action 95, which I don't have in my collection. And it was, I completely forgot what game it was. I've actually got it. I'll quickly go get it. It was actually this game. And they were both £5 each in there. So I was able to pick it up. I just realised the one I had is actually better condition than this one, so I should have waited till I got home. But yeah, anyway. So that's what I got. And I knew I already had that game, so I had it in my little trade pile. And yeah, when I was in Play Expo, I went up to the traders and said, how much you give me for this? And he said, £10, come back tomorrow, and I'll trade it in for £10. And he picked up for a £5. I took it back, went the next day, this was on the Sunday, and the guy, or his mate was there, said, oh, we've got a few of them, we don't want any more. And he had it on his stand for like £20 or £25, and then some guy next door, who stood next to me, said, oh, I'm after that game, mate, how much do you want for it? And I'm like, 15 quid. Just like a joke, 15 quid. He goes, oh, I'll give you a tenner for it. And he goes, yeah, okay. So I sold this game to some random guy for £10 I haven't even met. So I was happy to get rid of that. I already had it. And I picked it up with a little tray with a PS1. So yeah, this is so all out of order, it's just crazy. I had such a good time. More Playexpo stories in a minute. Yeah, so I finally got back to the car. It was good to have some proper tunes. I was able to hook up my DAB radio, my iPod, and it was all ready to go. Get on the motorway. Yeah, basically left Cornwall, going halfway into Devon. Once again, there's like these bloody average speed checks, 50 miles an hour. And you're like, oh, for God's sake! There must have been about 7 of them all the way up to Manchester. But yeah, I always like to cut up my journey because I never allowed into the hotel till about 3 o'clock. So this must have been about 11 o'clock. I was all done and dusted in Plymouth. So the next shop I went to was Exeter. The charity shops are like at the top, but the retro game shops at the bottom. And yeah, it's really hard getting to both of them. It's like really annoying parking. So I didn't bother with the charity shops. I just went to the retro game shops. Critical Mass, brilliant retro game shops. One of the best I've been to. He's really, really friendly. Wants to speak to you. Really good on negotiable on prices. His stock's really good as well. So I have to literally drive like an hour and a half away to go and get some good stock. And I picked up quite a lot of stuff from him. So yeah, I had probably about 12 Dreamcast games. I had Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. And just a couple other little bits. Just a couple of Game Boys, which the sort of like, the screens were pretty scratched and they didn't have any like battery covers. And I got £50 in the end for them. There was come up a couple of other like Mega Drive carts, but they were the labels. I think there's like Mortal Kombat 2 or something. They had like the Mega Drive label was like pretty destroyed. So basically, all my better trash trade-ins. But yeah, I got £50. I didn't expect it that much. Had like Super Mario Kart, which normally goes for about £20, but I think the label was a bit worn as well. And the Dreamcast games, they're normally £3 or £4 on eBay, and then you normally have to pay £2 or £1.99 or whatever, £2.50 for like postage. So yeah, I was happy with the trade-in, so I got 50 quid. And yeah, so these are a couple of games that I got. Basically, I always pick up loads of games all the time. I've always got a massive pile of trades in, and I know I can just trade it with him. He'd give me a good trade in. He'd probably sell each Dreamcast game for £7, £8, but I'd just rather trade him in for just good stock. So I was able to pick up these 2 Saturn games, and it's Discworld 2 and Dark Savior. I've never played Savior before. I've always wanted to play it. I've heard good things about it, but yeah, so looking forward to it. Discworld 2, I got the first Discworld. So I'm not quite sure if there's 3 of them. It's the blue one. It just says Discworld, but I'm sure it's supposed to be Discworld Noir. So yeah, so I picked up those 2. I also picked up this as well. It's got loads of like box consoles just on the top shelves, and I picked up a GX 4000. And yeah, because I was like struggling to get like, I've got so many games. I've got so many games. The games were either too expensive or there wasn't enough of them for me. And I said, yeah, how much you want it for this? And he said the console's broken, it won't power up or something, or the games won't play. You know, you can have it for a £5. So basically, paying £5 for the box. The GX consoles that's in there, I haven't even tested it yet. But it's got burning rubber, the usual burning rubber that you see all the time. But I do have 2 or 3 of them just in a box out back, and I just put my one of my working ones in there, and I'll try and have a trade, or just try and fix the other one, and just try and get rid of the other one. Really, so it's not bad for £5. So the box is a little bit battered, but yeah, we're just happy to have a sort of like a box version in the collection. God, look at it all down here already. It's all building up already. So I was done with Exeter Critical Mass. I done a video, so check out the video of the shop. I had my GoPro. I left my handheld camera at home. So obviously, when you've got a handheld camera, you actually got a little screen when you can see what you're doing. But I just hold it in a little camera like this. So when I filmed it, it looks quite far away. But next time I do it quite closer. So I'm going to go there every 6 months to take a video. He's a really good lad. He is. He's always got new stock coming in. I've got most of it, but yeah, some of it's in better condition, so I might just swap out some of my collection into his collection. So yeah, so I left Exeter probably about midday, 12:30. It takes quite a long time to get out Exeter. It's really annoying. It's just like all the roads going in there, just single file roads, just old roads, and yeah, so it takes half an hour, 45 minutes just to get out because there's so much traffic. So next place I was going on to is Bridgewater. And in Bridgewater, there's, I would say, 3 sort of like retro game shops and collectible shops. There's KBS Games, Entertainment Zone, and Insane Games. I've got loads of box PS1s, so I took about 8 of them with me, just put them in the car because I got so many of them. They were just coming out of my ears. And yeah, I went into Entertainment Zone, and I just swapped 1 box PS1. Just for this one, what was it? Masked Rider? Just for these, yeah, he had quite a lot of stock as well. It's mainly collectible shop, obviously Star Wars toys and stuff like that. And yeah, this was like me. There was this and loads of Game & Watches. The Game & Watches a bit overpriced, but I wasn't willing to pay that much for it. But yeah, this was the only little sort of like little Tiger handheld that he had, or electronic handheld, that I didn't actually have in my collection. So I thought, you know, I got a box PS1, I'll just swap it for that one in the window. He's like, yeah, okay. Because I always park I always park like dead in the middle of all 3. So it's like a 2-minute walk there, 2-minute walk there, 2-minute walk there, and I'm like carrying stuff for fun. And then went to Insane Games. I had like 2 box PS2s, no, 2 box PS1s I took with me. Loads of football, basically all my trash games. It was all my trash games. There's some like Blu-rays, just little Blu-rays. That Blu-rays come down in price, so just Blu-rays that you can just trade in for like £3 or £4 when you can't even sell them for like £3 or £4 on Amazon and stuff like that. So I took all them. What else did I take? Just a couple of Mega Drive games, cart onlys. I did have a whole massive receipt here. Can't see it anywhere. Basically, there was so much trash. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, I had loads of DS games. I picked up some DS games the other day. It was like in like a job lot, and it was like something like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff like that. And I was getting like £2 trade in because I ended up paying 75p each for them, and I got £2 each for them. But they also the Insane Games. They take in football games, which is brilliant. I didn't know that until I actually got there. I traded in probably about 10 to 15 football games, and I was getting 25p, 50p each for them. Like Pro Evo 2008, FIFA 2004 for like the PS2. And obviously some game shops they don't take them. Obviously they want FIFA for fun. But in the same games they were taking them in. I traded in so many, so I think it was like, in the end it was like £12.50 just worth of football games, and I've got another like 50 of them just in the garage, so I'm clearly going to take them to there and just trade them in. I'm trading in some PS2 games that were pretty sort of like scratch because they got disc cleaner, you know, anything that's scratch or missing a manual, I just handed them in. I even got 25p for Club Football Manchester United on the PS2. 25p. You can't even trade them in anywhere, like down here. But Rugby 08 I got 10p for. Boo! That's because they had no instructions. Yeah, so this was all my receipt. Look at it. Equestrian Challenge on the PlayStation. £1. It's just insane. Yeah, I had a couple of PS3 games as well. Something like Defiance and all. Defiance and Fuse. I got like £3 or £4 for them. Basically just trash games, cheap games that even when you take to a car boot you can't even sell. But in the end I ended up with 80 quid. I couldn't believe it, 80 quid's worth. And because I left half the stuff actually in the car. So afterwards, after my 80 quid, I traded in, yeah. So basically, I had £80 worth of trading, and this is what I got. And once again, I've got so much games, it was quite hard to pick out some games to actually get from them. So, no, I think it was actually, I think it was like 98 quid actually, because £98. Because I had some sort of like Crash Bandicoots and Spyros, but they were like missing books, either inlays or quite scratched, so some of them they're not good for me to trade in, not good for me to sell on, but they're good for me to obviously or trade with other YouTubers. It's good for me to trade them into the shops. My local shops wouldn't take any of them, but Insane Games did. But yeah, they had a couple of games I didn't own, and that was Legend of Zelda, and this is the Link Between Worlds 3DS, and that was £25. I'm not quite sure if that's good. I just thought I haven't got that. Let's just get that in the collection. I picked up Armoured Marines for the Game Boy. That was like £3.99. Some Mega CD games. Sherlock Holmes, Wolf Child, Night Trap. I don't own a Night Trap. That is so funny. It doesn't have a book. So I'm not too bothered, but I've always wanted to play Night Trap. I think I played it once about 15 years ago. What else was there? I think that was it for the video games. So obviously I was so short. I was probably about 60-70 quid short. So, but luckily they also do like Warhammer stuff and also board games. So I picked up Rampage the board game. They've actually just changed the name to this game because they've been sued by the guys who own the copyright to Rampage, so it's called something different. So this is an out-of-print board game with Rampage on it. And also Dead Panic. So it's like a horror game. And yeah, it's like a tower defense game. So you're in like a cabin, based in the castle in the middle, and you got loads of zombies coming towards you. You have to fend off the zombies. I'm not quite sure what ordered because I think it must have been 70 quid, and then I went back to the car, and because I knew obviously about the FIFA games, there was loads of games I was going to take to Playexpo to give to Retro Collect, the Retro Collecting website, and every like Playexpo, they normally got a table where they give out like free games, and people from the Retro Collect community just take the games and just give them for free, and we normally get a T-shirt. So you normally give I normally give all my trash. I get like a free T-shirt. There's all these trash games taking up my fucking flat. I just give them to them, and then I get a free T-shirt, and then people could just collect them and that. Obviously, pick them off the table. But because I knew they were giving 25p, 50p, I went back to the car and picked up some more games. So it ended up that was like 30. That was like 68 quid just there. And it was like, 68, 70, 90. Yeah, it was I ended up with a good £110 worth of games that obviously just all my like trash games I had. So I'm really happy with that. Probably more actually. Because I did take 3 box PlayStations. And I was thinking, one of them I got £8 for. One of them wasn't working, which was making a loud noise. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I was able to get rid of that in another day, later on in the day. Another story. So yeah, so really happy with all that. Really, oh yeah, I think there was a Game Boy as well. Game Boy, a DS game, not a DS game. Where's my receipt gone? Also got 20 quid for yeah, Nintendo DS Lite. The night before, I picked up a job lot for 25 quid actually, which actually came with the DS games and lots of other games as well. So I got my money back on the DS for £20 trade-in, and then I got £10 just on the DS games, and I also picked up Xbox games, PlayStation games. So yeah, I paid £25. And in the end, yeah, I must have got about £40–50 trade-in just by doing a deal the day before Playexpo, because I knew I was going to retro game shops. Okay, so what was next? Yeah, so that was Insane Games. I went into KBS Games, and once again, there wasn't much in there. I did take some games in the trade-in, but it was just rubbish trade-ins. He wouldn't give me any discount off or anything, and yeah, so I didn't bother with him. So that was all done and dusted in Bridgewater. Yeah, it was all done by, it must have been about 2 o'clock actually, 2 o'clock. And I got some random burger and chips from a random kebab shop. I thought, let's get on the road. Yeah, from like Bridgewater to Bristol, normally takes around, I don't know, half an hour, but seems to take forever. Just the traffic, absolutely killed me. Absolutely killed me. Completely done this in the wrong order. Oh yeah, obviously I just mentioned that I did the deal the night before. I think it was like, not £25, I think it was £30, and this is what I also got from them as well. This is it. I got a red Nintendo DS. I've got the DS games. Also got Super Mario DS. This is all in the wrong order. Loads of random demo discs for PlayStation. Nightmare Creatures, saying not to be sold separate. Abe's World Odyssey and Duke Nukem Time to Kill and Beanie Movie, and there's loads of them there. Circuit Breaker. Then you got McDonald's Demo 1. A couple of others. Also got One Piece Grand Battle. A couple of DS games that I did actually keep was Sonic and Sonic Rush. So Sonic Chronicles and Sonic Rush. Quake 2. Another version of Quake 2. And this one, which I can't remember. I don't know where this one came from. And Mortal Kombat Special Forces. Yeah, so I think I actually got that lot in a job lot the night before, Thursday night, for about 35 quid, £30. And already owe my money back on trading like another DS in and all the DS games. And this is just stuff that's just basically for my collection. Better cases. And I don't own a red DS. Man, there's so many games here, like it's all in a different order. Yeah, so that's what I did. Okay, so I left Bridgewater, yeah, about 2 o'clock. Man, the traffic. I thought, it's only 4 hours from probably Bridgewater to Manchester. No, probably less than that actually. Yeah, so it took half an hour to get to Bristol, but there was like average speed checks again. Oh, that did my head in. And from Bristol to Birmingham, there must have been about 4 or 5 just average speed checks. Oh my god! And I didn't see one workman all afternoon. I couldn't understand it. I could not understand. I just see not one workman working on any of the roads saying, started work 2013. Completion May 2015, but did not see one workman on the road. Yeah, so I expected to get in to Manchester because I thought, from Bristol to Birmingham is normally about just 2 hours, not even that, and it's normally about an hour. So so I expected to be up there by about 5, but I didn't get there till about good 10 to 8. It was just average speed checks, stupid little signs saying 40 miles an hour. 1 minute you're doing 80 miles an hour along the road. And then you're sort of like slamming your brakes down, trying not to crash into the car in front. And then you would just stand still for 10 minutes. And I'm like, what's going on? And then you just speed up again, which is obviously Friday night traffic, must be lost. Like, it's just horrendous, absolutely horrendous. But yeah, it was, I was like, oh, Dave, I'm again was friend. When are you going to be there? I'm like, yeah, I think Sat Nav said it's going to be there an hour, like 3 hours later. Yeah, so I finally made it there, 8 o'clock. Finally got to the Travelodge. Dave and Paul Bradley, they actually came to my Travelodge because I was going to meet them. I was going around there for a few beers and games. Because it took so long, the guys actually came out to my Travelodge. So yeah, so thanks guys, thanks for coming to see me. I think they must have been there an hour before I got there because I'm thinking, oh, I've been there in half an hour, but more average speed checks. Oh, but even when I was driving up there, everyone was like changing lane, and I'm thinking, am I supposed to change lanes? It better be on the outside lane, middle lane, inside lane. All the lorries on the inside lane. So I thought no. So I thought I'd stay on the middle lane, and look, like I said, we were all doing like the speeding up, slowing down, speeding up. I'm thinking, I'm gonna bloody crash in a minute. This lane is just dangerous. You can just sense it. And then I was able to pull out into right lane, and then and the car sort of replaced me. Was just an old Ford XR3i, and I'm like, oh man, I used to love the XR3is from like 10 years ago. And I kept going ahead of him, he kept going ahead of me, and I'm thinking, oh, I remember Max Power back in the day, just like having a random think. And then we would both like stop. And then we would speed up again, and then we would stop, and then for about 45 minutes we would just go like this. It was well funny. And then we would all speed up, and then slam our brakes in, and then the car went into the back of him. And I looked over, I was like, oh my god. So our car just crashed into the back of him, and I'm thinking, oh my god, half an hour ago, that could have been me. In that same spot where I was actually driving, in that same spot, just speeding up and slowing down. And the car just went into the back of him, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, like, this road is crazy. I need to get off this road as soon as possible. And then I got like Dave phoning me, and I'm like, I was thinking, I can't answer the phone, I'm trying to drive, man. I'm trying to look at my sat nav, I'm trying to drive. With the traffic speeding up and going down. So about half an hour, Dave couldn't get through to me, so I kept like just leaving it, like, I couldn't answer the phone, I needed to concentrate on the road. Because this was just absolutely crazy, mate, absolutely crazy. So I finally got to the Travelodge. I was like, hey, how you doing, lads? Big hug and embrace. It was just good stuff, man. Yeah, and we just went to some random Flaming Grill somewhere. Flaming Grill. I realised my hotel was a good like 20 minutes away from Playexpo. I couldn't be any further. It's like the furthest Travelodge. It was only like £25 a night. But yeah, but it was like so far away. I thought it was a bit closer on Google Maps. It's always in the make that mistake. But luckily the guys are there. They came out to see me, so thanks very much. We had a few beers that night, a bit of food, puddings and everything. Oh, I had my apple crumble and ice cream, wherever it was, like apple crumble costume. No, I think it was ice cream actually. Really nice. Met some other guys from YouTube. I've seen people like commenting. I've seen them comment. I've seen people comment on theirs. But yeah, that was good. That was good meeting those guys as well. And that's what it's all about. It's all about meeting the YouTube community. So yeah, so I think I was back at the hotel by like 10:30. I thought, let's get a good early night's sleep. Let's get a good sleep and go play Expo in the morning. I was absolutely shattered from the journey, to be honest. Shattered. The motorway, just the traffic was just doing my head in, killing me. I still don't understand the average speed checks though. You're doing 40 miles an hour, and then still like, still cars going fast. I'm thinking, is this average speed check or what? You got the ones with the proper yellow sign like lights kind of signs with like light cameras, like those ones. But then you got the ones that sort of like say like 40 miles an hour, flash, 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 like a speed camera, and then saying average speed check. There's like two different ones. But I'm like, this is confusing. So I literally just stuck to the speed limit. I expected a couple of speed things for the post because it was good on the way up. There's a good 7 of them on the way up. Seven little areas of the motorway that was just like average speed. And sometimes you'd be doing the average speed and you would like slow down to like 20, and then they would like speed up to 60, and you'd be like, fuck me, I've completely forgot it's an average speed check. You're in average speed check area. We don't know if that's actually like lowered itself out down to like 40 miles an hour. It was just so funny. Yeah, so I got up really early and drove over to Playexpo. Was able to get a parking space. I got there, probably about 9:30, and when I actually like pulled in, there's like another random queue, and I thought, is there a different queue area? So I got out of the car and started walking over there. And then the Retro Simon guys like walking towards me. So yeah, so I saw Paul and Andy. I was like, hey, how you doing, guys? Took some selfies. It's well funny. It was good. Yeah, it's just good to seeing the guys actually, especially Retro Simon. Normally you just hear him hear him like in your headphones and that. I was listening to him on the way up. It's just good to see the guys in person and that. So that was really good. And yeah, I went over to see Paul, because I think Paul and Dave, they were actually they were in Starbucks. So I went to go see those guys. And the three guys they were with on the night before, which we were with on the night before, I saw them like walking towards me and said, oh, we're going to go queue up. And I know Paul and Dave, they had like press passes so they can get in early. So I thought if I go with Paul and them, like, I might not be able to get in early, so I'll be like back of the queue on my own. So I thought, yeah, I met these guys last night. I've seen him, obviously, seen him part of the community. So I thought, yeah, I'd queue up with them. I had my big IKEA bag, just full of all the stuff I just want to give to Retro Collect table. There was, I think there was like, just loads of like random PS1 games, demo, just mainly Game Boy cases. Remember Game used to do all those little PS1 towers, some of them. A GameCube bag as well. I'm thinking, I wonder what the handle was, and realised the handle was actually, the handle was actually on the GameCube. So yeah, so one of the guys from Retro Collect actually had that when I put it on the table. And yeah, so I'm thinking, where do I get this IKEA bag from? Because IKEA, it's 2 hours away from where I live. The nearest IKEA is like 2 hours away, so I'm not quite sure where I got that. I must have put some games up and Sonny had like, I found it in the drawers. So it's normally the lizard bags they find in the car boots. I'm like with the little Morrison lizard bag, so I'm like half a lizard. Instead of a full IKEA lizard. So anyway, yeah, I messaged Katsu, because obviously he's a guy, one of the guys who sets up and runs the Retro Collect area. Said, oh, yeah, I'm outside, mate, with his stuff. So he came out and meet me. He goes, oh, you got lots of stuff? I go, yeah, mate, for the table. He goes, you got a ticket? Yeah, I got weekend tickets, 2 tickets. And he gave me just a yellow band. And he goes, oh, you want to get in now? And I'm thinking, what? It's like an hour. It's an hour before we're supposed to go in, probably about 10 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, okay. So walked in with the guys, and then, yeah, so walked in with Katsu. Cheers, mate. He got me in an hour early. So obviously it must have been the press pass area. There's no early birds this year. So I can imagine all the press and that, like the press pass, the magazines, the podcasts and everybody, they've got in like an hour early. And then I saw I'm a Gaming Geek, I saw Paul, and then I was able to just walk around just with my little camera, the GoPro, and just basically film all the machines with like hardly anyone playing on them, because there was hardly anyone in there. Mainly just people all just set up and that, just helping set up their friends and stuff. So that was really good. I walked around thinking, do I try and buy stuff? And what did I actually buy? And I'm trying to think. Did I actually buy anything? No, I don't think I actually purchased anything when it was actually before it opened. And then it opened, and then I met up with a couple more guys. Peter Dickinson, he's on Twitter. I know it's called Peter. And I know Dave goes, oh, here's Peter, he's from Twitter. But it didn't even click. I've been speaking to Peter on retweeting and talking to him on like Twitter for years, really. And I was like, I was with him basically all day for 6 or 7 hours, and I go, you're Peter Dickinson? He goes, yeah. Which is so funny. I'm like, sorry, mate, I didn't realise that's you. I thought you just some guy, another guy called Peter. Which is so funny. But yeah, met so many cool guys. Yeah, so I walked around at the beginning actually, and so when it opened, I did my filming, and then obviously the place opened. It was pretty busy, and everyone came in, and then I just walked around and thought, yeah, let's just see if I can go buy stuff. And there was one, I think it's called Amiga something, based in Amiga area. And I picked up some Amiga games from him, but I don't know which ones. I know it was about 6, 7 of them. I picked up, yeah, there was, I forgot what they're called, but yeah, there was an Amiga place, they had like loads of Amiga games on the table, and then they had like the Amigas, and there was another table which had like some Amiga and Commodore games, and I remember picking up a couple of games from the guy there for like £1 each, and then the Amiga guy, he had like games, and they were like £2 each, so I don't know which ones I actually got them from him, but I picked up these lot, basically one Town collection. I can't even pronounce it, I don't know what it says. I think that's Gold Runner. Eye of Horus. Beastbusters. I really wanted to get there, so I'm like, Beastbusters, what the hell is Beastbusters? The longest day of your life, all hope abandoned. Who will enter here? Bloodthirsty monsters, mad scientists, diabolical traps await you in the city. Badlands? Dizzy? Not quite sure which one, but so many Dizzy games, isn't there? BSS Jane Seymour. Yeah, BSS Jane Seymour. Defender 2. I just picked up any games that I didn't have, to be honest. And a Psychnosis game. Ballstrix? I can't even, what did I say? Ballstrix. Yeah, so I picked two of them up for like £1 each, and the other ones for like, I think it was like 12 quid each. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, there was 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's definitely 7 of them, and actually got them for like 14 quid, I think. I think they were £2 each, and there was just 1 or 2. There might be another one down there with the Amiga game, with some Commodore 64 games. Man, I picked up so much. Yeah, so yeah. So I walked around, met so many YouTubers and that, actually. It was just so good. Saw Tutu UK. I met some guys from Fun Stock who I've been obviously tweeting and speaking to for a while now, actually. I said I was a big fan of the Neo Geo X. And they had another new system up there. Met a few guys from, obviously, the Retro Lords were there. I saw Retro Collect. I saw so many people, just so many people. It was brilliant. It was such a good day. Oh, I picked up Sonic as well. Where did I get Sonic? Oh, from a charity shop. Sonic as well. That was the same. I think the same charity shop as Crash Bandicoot. Like I said, it's all in a completely different order. Yeah, so the event was really big, bigger than previous years. I remember last year they sort of had like maybe a quarter of the warehouse, if you know what I mean. There was like nothing there. They only had a couple of burger bars, but they actually filled it right out. The arcade machines, it was double the amount of arcade machines. There must have been a good 50 to 60, and then probably 100 actually. 30 to 40 pinball machines. They're sort of separated out, with the bar in the middle, and they had all the PS4, they had good 30, 40 PS4s just all playing on the new games that have been released, games that are coming. They had the over 18 zone, loads of retro consoles set up. They also had really cool areas, like they I guess it's like the series sort of like area. So they had all the Batman games, starting from the earliest to like the newest games. I'm sure they had Batman. Or did I have too many beers? There was definitely a Turtles one. There's definitely a Tomb Raider one. I think there might be a superhero one. Yeah, so they had loads of little sections where you had like the original, the NES version of Turtles, and then you had like the newer ones as well. So that was brilliant as well. They had loads of sellers as well. I'm trying to think who was there. GT was there. Is it GT? Retro GT. They were there. I've completely forgot who was there. But yeah, there's loads of plushes, play plushes, retro plushes. They were there. There was another one there's another shop. They were so expensive. It was unreal. I remember Dave wanted. I actually wanted Discworld actually. Discworld for the Saturn, but not the one I got. The first one, and it was 20 quid. And he wouldn't even take £19 for it. He wouldn't even knock a pound off. Like, what? It was just so funny. Paul was basically just arguing, saying, about a penny off, can I have a penny off? And the guy was like, no, you can't have a penny off, it's 20 quid and that's it. We're like, what? So it was quite funny. Yeah, so really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, I read Retroactive. So Rich was there. I think it's Rich. Retroactive. So he was there selling lots of games and stuff. It's a really good stock as well. Really good stock. So next time I might take some games to trade into him, because I was speaking to him on Sunday. He goes, oh, bring all your unwanted games to me, mate. So I might just do that next time. But yeah, we were basically straight to the bar. Somebody got 1 minute past 12, straight to the bar. A few beers. Loads of people came over. So it was really good. It's so good, just me and everybody. So good, just me and everybody. So yeah, too many beers. Watch my video, it was just so funny. So yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming up and saying good comments. Then they're like, you just like your video. I'm like, really? I'm like, do you expect people to change because they're just like meeting in person? So yeah. So I really appreciate all the love and support I got. Loads of people just coming up to me and saying, yeah, I like your YouTube channel, I like your bargains. Or people who haven't even seen my YouTube channel, but they just follow me on Twitter and stuff, saying I do find good bargains. Or people just watch like YouTube and they didn't know actually I was on Twitter. So yeah, so there's so many different communities coming together, where it's the Retro Collect, Retro Ludium, games you love, YouTube. There's so many people just showing each other retro love. Too many beers. But yeah, it's just so good, just meeting. I met Games Boys are awesome. So he was a good lad. I spoke to him. I think I met him a few times actually, like just through the whole day. So that was good. Just seeing people from like last year who maybe you thought you only spoke to a couple of times, but then when you see them the next year, you're more comfortable and speak a bit more, you know. So I did buy a few stuff. I had a bit too many beers. I ended up buying some more stuff. So I picked up Final Fantasy for the NES. This is the US version. And I'm trying to think how much I got that in the end. I think that was £20 in the end. I waited on 2 on Sunday and I just went up to the lady, this old lady, and I was like, I'll give you 20 quid for this game. And she was like, okay. So I don't know if she had a bad weekend, but yeah. So that's like the only one I'm missing from my collection. Could have done with a box, but I've always wanted to have it, so I thought, you know, 20 quid, you can't go wrong. I had £20 in my back pocket, which I just randomly found. I'm like, what the hell? I also picked, there was one great shop that was selling all these canvases and photos, so I picked up this one. So Zelda little frame. Try not to drop it. Luckily they were sort of open to deals as well, because he had these for £20 each, and that was like £30. I think in the end I just got them all for like 70 quid. So basically it's like cover art and it's just framed really. But I'm rubbish at framing stuff, so I wouldn't even know what to do. So I got Streets of Rage, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. Because I remember buying this one actually, thinking, God, I need to bloody buy the game now, I don't even own it. That's what I was thinking. So I didn't actually have the cash on me, but I tried to pay by card, but the card machine wasn't working, or his 3G wasn't working because they're in the building. And he tried to get the 3G, the fingerbobby code. Yeah, he tried to get the Wi-Fi code, and that wasn't working. So he goes, "There's a cash machine by the front door. I'll give you, I'll give you £3-4 off. Obviously, yeah, it's going to charge you." But in the end, I just walked over to the mall, got some McDonald's because I'm bloody hungry because all the food was way expensive. I think it was like 10 quid for like burger and chips or something stupid. Or no, it was £3.50 or £4 for chips. I remember queuing up saying, "Oh, how much are chips?" And she's like, £4. £4? £4 for chips? £4? It's all £4? I'm like, whoa, £4 for chips? You're having a laugh, mate. You're having a laugh. Well, they gold-plated chips. And they seem to have random crisp things in them. Or something was in them. I'm like, what's those little bits in them? The chips. So in the end, I just went to McDonald's and thought, go to the bank, take some money out, and also get these cheaper because he thinks I've actually gone to the bank. Because he thinks, because he's taking money off. So yeah, so I thought, that's really good. So I purchased 3 of them. And realised I've only got space for 3 out the 4. I always do this. I always buy random stuff. I was like, I didn't even think where I'm actually going to put it. I'm just going to buy this just to buy it. I also picked up 2 caps. I got a Donkey Kong one, also a Sonic one. I got these. I think they were £20 each, and in the end I got them for £32. Like I said, normally on Sunday afternoon you can just go up to some of the traders and then try and just get stuff a bit cheaper. So yeah. So there was £20 each. This was from the guy who had like multiple caps. He said £36. I'm like, just made out. I've only got £32, mate. You want to do a deal? And he just took the money. He's like, give me evils. I'm like, cheers, mate. Just like walked off. So yeah. And also bought some random T-shirts like "Keep Calm" and "Call Batman" or something, or "Keep Calm" and "Call Somebody." So yeah, there's a few little random T-shirts here. Keep calm, stab Templars. I just needed some little t-shirts, really. Little t-shirts to do my board game in it. But yeah, what else? What else did I get? What else? Oh, it was such an epic weekend. So busy. I think me, Dave, and a couple of other guys were just getting interviewed by Games You Love. So yeah, they're really big on Twitter. Actually, they're twittering every day. So yeah, they always tag us, and they're such good guys. So they did like a random interview with us. I had a bit too many beers, so I can't wait to see the video back. I couldn't stop talking. I was on a talking mission, mate. Talking mission. But yeah, so he came up and said he said I've watched your YouTube channel for a few years now. And he says, you know, you guys got me into sort of like got me into the more retro collecting. It wasn't just him that was retro collecting. And yeah, he just wanted to show his appreciation. So he gave me some games. He had a bag of games for me, and I'm like, whoa, cheers. So the Games You Love T-shirt. A couple PC Engine games. PC Engine CD-ROM. PC Engine game, and a Famicom game. So that was really surprising. I'm like, cheers, mate. I never expected that. He goes, I got something for you. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. I'll speak to you later on. He came up with a bag with a T-shirt and some PC Engine games, and a Famicom game. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I really appreciate it. I was so shocked. He said he enjoyed my YouTube channel. He gave some to more of the other YouTube community that we all sort of like. There's quite a few of us all sort of started around the same time. Or I remember, it was about 3 or 4 years ago I started. That's about 3 or 4 years ago, but it's only sort of 2 years ago I've been like in front of the camera. So yeah, I've always been watching the same people. We're always all slowly growing. So yeah, so I really appreciated that. That was really good. So on the Saturday night, I didn't want to do anything too heavy. After last year, we had too many beers last year. So we were back to the same pub we had food the previous night. It was quite busy in there, so that was quite funny. There's some like Asian lady clearing the table, and she was like, "Oh, we went to sit down. I'm cleaning the table. Whoa, calm down. Come back in a minute." And then we came back in a minute. She's like, I reserved it for you. And we're like, whoa, calm down. She's on a goddamn Asian wife mission. It's so funny. We sat down and had our food, and then like she was like carrying food to the table that was like right next to her. And she goes like, move your chairs in. Oh man, you had to be there. It was just so funny. But yeah, it's just a good vibe. Met up with Paul and Dave again, and yeah, so yeah, those guys really looked after me all weekend. And yeah, we just had a good retro gaming chat as always. Sunday, I think I went to bed quite early actually. I was back at the hotel by 10:30 and went to sleep. And I was itching for the car boot bug. And yeah, but no, when I got back to the hotel, this guy kept pulled up in a car with his son. And then they went on the window like, hey, Rich Good Retro! I was like, hello! I'm like, who are you? They're like, we watch your channel. And I'm like, what? This is well rad about this hotel that I'm just outside of town. So yeah, they must have got back there quite late. Obviously been at the show all day and put out some food, so they got back, yeah, I must have got back to the hotel probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock actually, quite early. Because the other guys all just went home. And we just all wanted to go really, I was so knackered. So yeah, so I said hello to those guys. I go, yeah, I'm back early, I'm going to go car booting it tomorrow. We go, we thought you would. I think this father just added me on Facebook, actually, or I just added him on Facebook. So, yeah. So, thanks for watching, mate. I really appreciate your comments and that. It is so random. Yeah, so I went to sleep and thought, oh, yeah, if I get up early, I'll go car booting. I won't set my alarm. So, I woke up about 5:30 thinking, oh, let's just see which nearest car boots there was. And I just remember there was one down the road on the way. I sort of like came in. I remember seeing the signs, and I remember going to one. Must have been a couple of years ago. It was just outside of town called Coalfield. I think it was called Coalfield. But I knew how to get there. But I only knew if I went to this first car boot, I knew which road to take. I didn't really know exactly where it was. So I thought, oh, do I get up? I thought, nah, let's just go to sleep again. So yeah, I went to sleep. A couple of hours later, it was like 7:30. I thought, just opened the curtains. It was quite bright. It was bright, but it was like really misty. I'm like, okay, do I go car booting it? I thought, sod it. Let's just put everything in the car. So I packed everything away in my hotel. put it in the car, and then when I'm like sneaking out to go to the car boot in the morning, the guy who saw me the night before was like, "Hey, how you doing, mate? Going car booting?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going car booting, mate." "You're well up early. How come you're up so early?" I'm like trying to get up early to go car booting it. Yeah. So yeah, so I didn't know what time the car boots started, but I knew if I just get there at 7:30, just roll with the punches, innit, really. So I went to the first car boot. It was just like basically Ultrium I was staying at, Ultrium. And there was just a road on the way up, which I came from the motorway, and I knew the car boot was there. So I just pulled in, just walked around for a bit. And there wasn't much there, to be honest. I can't remember what I actually got. Oh, I got this. Yeah, I picked up Marva Hill's The Pog Game. I don't know why. So yeah, it looked like the car boot was sort of already there was already people leaving, so obviously probably the local people will obviously know which is the best time to leave. And I also picked up I can't remember, what else was it? Oh yeah, Extreme Pinball. Never seen it before. I don't have it in my collection. So that was the first car boot. So I knew exactly where to go from the first car boot to the second car boot. I knew how to get there. So I followed this road, turn left. I think I actually made a wrong turn in, but I thought if I follow this road, it's going to go into the road where I thought it would be. So I got back onto the road where I normally should be. Drove past some kind of random village, which had like a McLaren F1 dealership in the centre of the little village. And I'm like, what the hell, mate? And that's why I knew I was in the right way, because I remember seeing it last time thinking, where's a McLaren F1 in the window? So that was, yeah, so then it's following the road, and then I thought, who else would be driving at 8:30 in the morning? I just saw loads of cars going in the same direction. I'm thinking, I'll just follow these guys. So yeah, so follow those guys. They basically all of them were going to the car boot. I saw there was some guy with some vegetables in the back. I was thinking, yeah, that's the usual the car boot veg guy that every car boot gets. Car boot veg guy. I'm like, there's bound to be like the battery guy and the bike guy, and they were all there basically. All the car boots are the same. Yeah, so I got out of the car, quickly legged it, and man, it was a biggish car boot, but literally as people got out and opened their boots, everyone was literally in the back of their cars saying, you know, got this, and they were like, you can tell they didn't even want anything. They were like, oh, what's that box? They were like helping them actually unpack their car and just searching through all the boxes and that. I've never seen anything like it. They didn't even have a chance to get the tables out. The boot would just open, they're like, got this, got that. Oh, what's in this box? And they would like just bring out like boxes, open it, just look inside, and I'm like, my God, this is just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So for about 20 minutes I didn't actually get anything, and then God, Pac-Man. Yeah, so a guy he pulled up and he must have had about 50 just black bags that he got his table out. He had 50 black bags he just put on the table, and then everyone was ripping open the black bags. And obviously he must have been there before, because the guy was like, oh, you're back again. And yeah, and everyone was just like ripping the bags open, just like finding stuff. And I picked up a pink PS2 controller. I'm like, do you have a PS2 to go with it? And he did. It's actually down there, actually. Oh. Yeah, it's actually down there. So yeah, like I said, I never really show my PS2s, but yeah, it's just down there. And he also, what else did he have? I thought he had some more stuff. Oh yeah, he had some. I think he had some of this. Yeah, he had he had a black bag and it had a GameCube in and an N64, and I missed out on that. But I think it was just N64 controllers, no consoles, and just GameCube controllers and like a purple GameCube, no games. And he brought out another bag and he had a couple of these games here, which another guy picked up. He picked up all those, and then the only one he seemed to take was Speedball for the Amiga, and the rest of them he left. So he left all this for me. So he So he picked up, yeah, he just saw Speedball, he looked through them all, just picked up Speedball, and then just took that one, and then left the rest. So I was like, oh, cheers. Thank God for that. So I picked up Vindicators, Brain Box. I'm trying to think, maybe some of this might have been, maybe some of the games I actually picked up from the Amigas might have been in this set, I don't know. It's all confusing. That one. Don't know. This just looks like bloody. Looks like Commando. Commando, but it's not called Commando. There's so many Spectrum games I never actually got to play. Night Moves, the collection. Night Movies. Spy. Sly Spy. Secret Agent. Okay, that's James Bond. Shadow Warriors. Midnight Resistance. The Nightbreed. Midnight Resistance. I remember that. Cyberball. The new blockbuster, Nebulous. WrestleMania. Damn it, no pin. It's like 3 pin badge, I'm like, damn it. Salamander. I think Salamander. Yep. God, the box art is just awesome. Silkworm! We were talking about this a couple of months ago, thinking, I was wondering what looking for it. Silkworm. It was a 2-player, wasn't it? Oh, I just love that game, Silkworm. Loads of other ones, there's like Olympic Speculator or something. Danger Mouse. Trapdoor. Spin Dizzy. Heard of Spin Dizzy. Bubble Bubble. Some random power pack, looks like compilation cassettes. There's a couple of games that didn't have anything in them. This isn't one of them though. Bangers and Mash. It's had like Paperboy and Top Shots. Had like no games in them. But then there is Panic Dizzy. Chicken Chase. Dizzy down the rapids. Dizzy's Excellent Adventure. Then there's one more. To me, this looks like Aliens. I can't even pronounce that. That game there. Daenerys. Yeah, so I'm really happy. Really happy with the random. Yeah, so he picked up Speedball 2. And I'm sure that was the Amiga. It was, yeah, I think that was the only Amiga game there that there was, and he picked that one up. And then the same guy had lots of like Pokemon little toys, so they picked that up. And what else did I get from him? I think that's it. I think that's all I got from him. Yeah, so I walked around for a bit more. There wasn't actually much there, to be honest. I didn't see too many people walking around, but I did pick up some Warhammer. I love my Warhammer as well. They're always good to trade into my local like collectible shop just for new board games and that. But yeah, I got like a codex for Blood Angels. I think it's a rulebook actually. Yeah, codex. Lord of the Rings Strategic Battle Game Collector's Guide. Imperial Guard Codex. How to paint Cynodal miniatures. Mate, my painting's rubbish. I try and paint an eye and I just paint the whole face. And I got this for £5. I didn't actually record on my GoPro because my GoPro was just, the battery was low and I think it was completely full because I took so much at Playexpo. It was just like this. This is just normal scenery. But inside it had loads of Warhammer figures. Someone's actually painting them. Got some bikes as well. so much random stuff in there. So normally it's just supposed to be the scenery, but I think the scenery is still unpunched. I don't want to move it because I'm never going to be able to get anything back in. Yeah, so that was that car boot done. There wasn't, yeah, like I said, I didn't really pick up much from the car boot. I then went back to the car, and I left my fucking lights on, didn't I? And my battery went flat. And I was like, oh, great. But luckily I had, yeah, I didn't have any jump leads. Well, I didn't think I had jump leads, I actually found them. So I had to call the RAC out. So I was like, oh no. I had to call the RAC out because I left my lights on. My battery was completely flat. I asked everyone in the local area, I was like, oh, have you got any goddamn jump leads? They're like, no one's got any jump leads. Not even the farmer. I'm like, oh great, pretty embarrassing. Why do I need my lights on? Because it was so foggy. And then because I rushed out of the car, normally you hear the beep, 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 beep. I thought it was the beep, beep for me not to have my seatbelt on. But I'm like, oh, quickly, I'll put my seatbelt off. And then the alarm was going off. But it's not the same kind of alarm. So my battery went flat because I was like car booting it for an hour. I was like, great. I was like, you idiot. It's like, you goddamn idiot. And yeah, so the RSC came out. I just walking around the car boot for a bit. And I didn't pick anything else up, I don't think. No, I don't think so. I might have went back to the table and picked an extra couple of these up just on the floor. I think that's what I did. But apart from that, nah. Or was it all this lot here? No, I've already done this. Yeah, so I had to wait. Normally they're like, oh, we'll be there in 2 hours, but the guy was there in about 45 minutes, like an hour. So I made it, I have to go pick my kids up. I have to go pick my kids up. I don't live around here. So when they wrote down my registration, they're like, oh, obviously you're from Cornwall. I'm like, I need to get home back to Cornwall as soon as possible to look after my kids because they're going to be alone. So I made out I was like in distress. So they came out pretty quick. And yeah, so he like obviously charged my car up and that. I charged the battery up. But then another 3 people went to the same car boot. All they left their lights on as well. So none of them all their batteries were flat as well. But one of them had the RAC, so they had a membership with him. So he did their car as well. But the other 2 people, because they weren't members, he didn't do their car. It was just so funny. I'm there leaving with these this woman, this guy, this ranting saying, you know, your car's there, you can't just plug the jump leads. All you have to do is just go pick up one engine and do it on the other right next to us. Like cars right next to us. We've driven up to your RAC van. And he goes, you're not members. I'm not meant to do it. I guess it's, I don't know, against the law for them or something. But yeah, it was so funny. It was other people. I'm like, glad it wasn't just me who just left their lights on. Because it was so foggy. To be honest, you couldn't actually see that in front of me. So I didn't think I had my lights on. But yeah, that was so funny. So I phoned up one day. Oh, my game again, mate. I was like, mate, because I thought they were going. I thought him and Paul Bradley were going to be there on the Sunday, but Dave went home Saturday night. Yeah, I stayed back at the hotel, and I was like, mate, I was like, mate, come pick me up because I didn't know how long it would be. But then I was thinking, oh, it won't be that long. And he said he's back in Nottingham, And he was just laughing at me on the phone. I'm like, cheers, mate. Thanks for your sympathy. But yeah, it was good meeting up with you, Dave. And yeah, so when back into the Playexpo, didn't get there till about 12, half 12. Watched around, a lot quieter actually, much quieter on the Sunday. And I don't know where I got this game from. Impossible Mission, and it's got Game Boy mods card in it. So I can't remember picking it. So I don't know whether I got it for free. I just don't know. It's got Game Boy mods in there. Oh, what I did pick up at the car boot was 2 SPs. I picked up 2 SPs. And one of them, I took the Game Boy... yeah, maybe that's right. One of them actually took the Game Boy mods. And it was just the pink one. And I go, obviously you do Game Boy mods. I got this for sale. He goes, how much do you want for it? He goes, oh, I'll give you. I go, how much do you give? And he goes, oh, how much do you want for it? And I was like, oh, 15 quid. He goes, I could do 8. And I go, oh, I'll call it 10 quid. And then I got 10 quid cash. So I sold one of them and went to another stand, and it was the tribal one, but it was a little bit scratched and it wasn't turning on. I wasn't sure if, obviously it wasn't charged up. So I'm not sure if it actually works. I might need to message the guy and said, oh, did it work in the end? Because I picked up the car B. I picked them up both for, I think it was both of them for £5 and one of them had a charger. So I sold them to me with a charger. And I swapped it for one game, which I can't even find at the moment. Where is it? Yeah, so he said, I'll give you £15 trade-in. And I'm like, oh, cool, sorted. And I picked up a PS1 game, Atlantis The Lost Tales. This is a double disc. This was 20 quid. But he said he's more likely to sell the NES Game Boy SP with a charger than this one. And I think this is the last double disc PS1 version, the PS1 game that I was missing. There's a few of them, obviously there's a Tomb Raider one, Crash Bandicoot, Assault Rigs, a couple of the other ones, Castlevania, Lomax. Yeah, so this was like the last one I think I actually need to complete all the random double case multi-disc collections. Yeah, Final Fantasies. So I was happy, yeah, so my £5, both my SPs I got for £5, I was able to get like a £20 game, which is probably only worth about 12 quid, and £10 cash. Which then I went actually purchased some more stuff, I think. That's probably why I actually got the t-shirts on the Sunday actually. I think that's why I purchased all the t-shirts. Or did I buy more board games? No, I actually bought this actually. I bought another board game, Infinity City. Never played it. Never played it. So good for the board games, they normally do keep the value. If you buy something for £10, it is worth that, and you can either sell it on or trade it, or when I go to UK Games Expo, which is a board game event, there's a little bring and buy, so just put £10 on it, take it in there, the sort of house takes £1 for charity, and then you get like the 9 quid. So you can sell it to another board game enthusiast. So that's brilliant. And that's it, I think that's everything. Oh, actually, yeah, there's a guy I've been either messaged on Twitter or YouTube. He says he loves all my board games in the back. He said he had a board game for me. He messaged me, I think it was on YouTube. He came on Saturday and go, oh, I got a board game for you, Monopoly. And he gave me on Sunday Star Wars Collector's Edition. So cheers, mate. Thanks. That's brilliant. So looking forward to playing that with my gaming group. So thanks a lot. Leave your name down below, mate. Because obviously we didn't stay and talk that long, but definitely next year hang around for half an hour or so, have a good chat and that, good chin wag. He said he loves my YouTube channel, sees all my board games, and he must have picked that up at a car boot or something. But yeah, I really appreciate it, mate. Thanks a lot. So my video's been quite long. Thanks for watching. I've just been watching back my my like filming of like the show, and it's like random bits of it. I do laugh quite a lot, don't I? I'm always laughing. But yeah, so I'm really happy with my pickups. I think I went a bit crazy with the picture frames. Too many beers. But yeah, it was a brilliant weekend. I can't wait for next year. Blackpool. The next one is Playexpo in Blackpool. I've got the weekend off, so it's quite far to go. But luckily it's Blackpool, and here it's a 3-day event. So yeah, I do have those days off, so I might just go up. It might not warrant 3 whole days, but I might just go up for a couple of days. I'll definitely do the Saturday. So I'll do Saturday and Sunday, or Friday and Saturday. So it's just obviously messaging the YouTubers, listen out for their videos to say, yeah, if they're going or not, or what's the plan. So definitely want to meet up with everybody. The Norbrook Castle looks like it's all booked up, so not quite sure where I'm going to book the hotel. I might just do the travel lodge. It's always cheap, but it's on the other side. It's like down the far end, so it's like a 10 quid taxi ride, but it's only like, once again, it's like £25 a night. So if there's 3 or 4 of us staying in the same hotel, travel lodge, at like £25 a night, I always get a family room, so it doesn't matter whether we pay for a family room or just like a single bed or just 2 single beds. I just always get a family room, which is always a double bed and 2 single beds. And it's only a £2 or £3 taxi like ride up there. I don't really care about the whole Blackpool. I've been to Blackpool a few times. Not a fan of the actual location, the actual place. The town is just like, yeah, it's pretty scabby. It's pretty scabby. It's just a cheap seaside resort with some fairgrounds. But yeah, the arcade's not as good as I remember when I was a kid. Used to be much better, but yeah. But the actual event, I remember going first sort of like replay when it was just, I guess it was R3 and then play, and then it was RE play, and now it's Playexpo. Yeah, so I remember going there when it was like the original sort of like, the original retro event with some random guys from, was it Hollyoaks? Bombhead or Ballbag or something? They were MCing. And that's when I first met Retro Collect and all those guys in there. So yeah, so I definitely look forward to it. I might try and see if there's a hotel cheaper, a bit closer, but I'm happy with the Travelodge, which is, I always just stay in Travelodge. Always got good showers, always got good rooms. Sometimes when you go to seaside town resort, you'd be there and suddenly they'd be like, stains up the wall, random rare cockroaches coming out and eating your face. Lots of bad things, but yeah. So I might just stay at the Travelodge. Yeah, so cheers guys. It's quite a lot of random pickups. So it's going to take me a while to sort that. Yeah, so thanks for the support. Thanks for all the subscribers. Please like, share. And yeah, I've got loads of hours of other people's YouTubes to watch as well. I normally give it to midweek because everyone just posts their videos like for Playexpo, like the Sunday night, the Monday or the Tuesday. I normally always do it midweek just to sort of like spread it out so we haven't got so many to watch in like one day or a couple of days, so you just spread it out for the whole week. But yeah. So cheers guys. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. In Retro Goddess, I trust.